This is so weird. Anyway. Listen. Oh. So. I'm not even gonna do that. So, yeah, this is a lot better. Just the camera. Just me and the camera. It's freaking sad, but please don't fall. You know what? My name is Asia. I feel like my neighbor's looking at me, but my name is Asia. I have done a lot of bad things. I've done a lot of bad things. Recently as well. I have ignored God completely. I don't know how much I'm trying to expose myself like that, you know what I'm saying? But I I've had sex a lot. Wasted my time, wasted lots and lots of time with no purpose. I had a bad addiction to video games. I just wasn't living right, and I'm not gonna say that it's just been so long that I have done right, but through all the time I was doing wrong, God was still there. God still loved me. Yeah. Through it all, he still loved me. He still cared for me. He still provided for me. He still loved me, but I knew he hated the sin. And it's crazy because me and him were so close at one point in time. About a year ago, we were so close. I ran to him for everything. I wasn't stunting nobody because I knew I had God. Why stunt anything when we have God? And then he provided me this house. I bought a house at 25 years old. He allowed me to do that. And I got so consumed with, it's an older home. There's so many things that I need to do. There's all this stuff. And I got so discouraged, and then that was it. And that was the point where the devil was like, I got her, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't resist. I did not resist. And it just went all downhill from there. So, and it's crazy because I could feel it. In the beginning, when I wanted to do something, when I know I should be reading the Bible, I could feel it and be like, Asia, you need to tighten up, get your stuff together, whatever. And the more I kept ignoring that feeling, it eventually went away. And it became very, very easy to sin. And it got very, very dark. And I knew it was because that I strayed away from God. I knew that off the bat. But at that point, I was more comfortable in the presence of demons versus in the presence of God. I felt like I was not supposed to be, but I was more accepted in the presence of demons versus the presence of God. So I was like, well, whenever I try to read the Bible, I felt so uncomfortable, or whenever I tried to pray, I felt uncomfortable. So I was like, no, thank you. But I really started to think that when God first saved me, you know, God knows everything. So God knew that I was going to fall from him. God knew the things I was going to do, yet he still saved me. So anyway, consider the raven. Because, and I know this sucks, I should be way more prepared for this, but I am not prepared. Well, I'm not going to say I'm not prepared, but consider the raven. In the Bible, God says the raven is detestable. It's an unclean animal. You know, ravens are not good. But at the end of the day, does God still feed them? You know what I'm saying? Does God still take care of them? You know, he does. We can be so lost in sin. We can be so lost in sin. And God is still there. God is still there. God's going to be here no matter what. And we do not deserve it. That is a fact. We do not deserve his love. We do not deserve his mercy, his forgiveness. Yet that is him. That's who he is. And there's nothing to change that. So anyway, I don't want to make this long. I got to go to my little brother's basketball game. But basically, trust God. And God is real. God is real. God is real. My cat, Jasper, please. Anyway, God is very real, which also means the devil is very real. And I'm not trying to spook none of y'all, but I'm telling y'all, I would just soon, because God is near. God is very near. Satan is very near. Just looking around, I feel like I'm just rambling, but it's being more and more prevalent of Satan everywhere. You know, what of the sins can Satan look sexy? Adultery, gluttony. You know what I'm saying? It's wild to make these females out here feel like it's great to be overweight, but I'm not saying I'm in the best shape either, but I'm trying. All right. But God is real. Don't sleep on him. He loves you and he cares for you. He is a good father to you. And we just got to recognize it. So I think this is long enough. Remember the raven. Consider the raven. Even though you are dead in your sin, he can pull you out. So, yes, sir.